Yo, it's week two. Well, it's not week two. Week two just ended. So I'm about to do a quick little recap on most of the games. I'm saying most because I'm working on something tomorrow. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. I don't see it being talked about enough on Twitter or X, however you want to call that app. So I don't see it being talked about. So I want to discuss it. So hopefully you guys enjoy that video. I've been working on it just simply because I don't know how people have done it. So that's what I'm working on. So hopefully you guys enjoy tomorrow's video. So make sure your post notifications is on so you know when I upload it, because I'm gonna enjoy doing that video. But yeah, let's get to it. I'm not gonna go over all the games like I said, like I did last week, just because I was doing research on how to do what I'm planning to upload tomorrow. But yeah, I guess let's just get to it. Let's get to it. Ravens, Bengals. Bengals offense started off slow again. They didn't start and they didn't start picking up until second half. One of their touchdowns was a punt return from the rookie Jones. So in all reality, Bengals offense only produced 17 points. I mean, that Ravens defense were doing their thing. That was without Marlon Humphrey also. Ravens offense actually looks like an NFL offense. Last year it was not. As I said last week, they did a lot of motion snap with their 300-pound fullback who's good, but that's not the way you run with Patrick. You got to run him like an actual fullback. But yeah, Lamar Jackson's arm strength doesn't get talked about enough. It's really good. Obviously, it's not up there with the top three: Josh Allen, Mahomes, and Justin Herbert. But his arm strength is good. He had a nice, beautiful pass for 52 yards to Flowers. He's, as of right now, it looks like his favorite target. He's hitting him. He's been hitting him a lot. Mark Andrews came back, so that helped a lot. But they were distributing the ball to everybody. So that was really encouraging to see. I like when offenses distribute the ball, just don't focus on one guy. I know for the most part that's what everybody does, but when it's really getting distributed everywhere, I think offense is extremely hard to stop. But the big question for the Bengals is Joe Burrow. Is he going to play week 3 on a Monday night? You're down. I guess you're not down, but you're 0-2. You lost against 2 division teams, the Browns and the Ravens. So last year they started off slow, but Joe Burrow was not hurt. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they play, with or without him. Because Joe Burrow did not look comfortable. Started moving around a little bit second half. Was getting more comfortable. Was hitting some passes. He had one really bad turnover in the red zone though, which cost him the game. Could have been an easy 3. But that was not the case. He was staring down his receiver. Good interception by the defense. Ravens ended up winning that game 27-24. Ravens are 2-0, so that's big for them. They're expected to be in contention, a contender for the division for the AFC North. Long season to go. The big question right now is Joe Burrow. Is he going to come back week 3 in a pretty much must-win situation? It's going to be really interesting to see. Lions Seahawks was a really fun game to watch. Seahawks finally showed up second half. After last week's second half, they just stayed in the locker room with 3 offensive yards in the second half. They ended up scoring 37 this game against the Detroit Lions, which the Lions looked incredible. Week 1 against the Kansas City Chiefs. Just beautiful, just nice play. I'm going to say beautiful. Just good play calling from Seattle. The Lions, they lost Montgomery, so maybe that's why they lost. I don't know how the Lions ended up losing that game. I thought they were going to win. Yeah, I don't know how they lost. I thought Lions should have won that game, especially coming off their week 1 win against the Chiefs. I expected Detroit to really come out and beat Seattle, because Seattle did not look good week 1. I'm good. I'm glad they came out and played week 2. Nice overtime touchdown drive win also. I was like, dang, okay. But just real fun game to watch, really. But yeah, like I was saying, Lions should have won that game. Jared Goff finally threw an interception. Unfortunately, that interception was a pick 6. So that's why the Lions lost. He can't turn the ball over. He's normally pretty good. He almost hit the record for most consecutive passes without an interception. He was so close, and then he ended up throwing that pick 6. Ended up costing them the game. They lost 37-31 in overtime. That's big. That's really big. But other than that, I think the Lions played good. Montgomery's hurt, unfortunately, with the thigh. Don't quote me. Pretty sure he has a thigh. So expect Gibbs, who I love how they use in the passing game. Got to use him in the run game now. How is he going to produce? He's been doing good. But most of them, as far as I'm concerned, have been outside zone plays, stretches. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they use them, because you obviously still need to run in the A and B gap. So it's going to be really interesting to see how the offense plays while Montgomery's sidelined. Seattle Seahawks, I expect them to keep doing well. That pick 6 really helped them out. Kenneth Walker, I think they need to use him a little bit more, maybe. You start using that play action, have Geno Smith out a little bit more. And although Geno Smith has been doing good, but I think if you use the run first, it'll really open up the balls for Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. I think DK Metcalf has a little rib injury as well, but I think, if I remember right, it's hard to remember because I watched all the games still. I'm pretty sure DK Metcalf still finished the game, though. So I'm not really concerned about his ribs. Maybe put a little bit of extra padding there, I don't know which rib it is, so. But Seattle ends up winning that game. Another game I was really interested in was the Colts Texans. 2 rookies duking it out. 2 first-time head coaches, Ryans and Shane, going at it. Really excited to see this game. And then Anthony Richardson got hurt. Kind of threw me on a drag. Kind of really wasn't into that game no more. But I tried to stay locked in. And I'm glad I did. It was a really good game from the Colts. Gardner Minshew proved why he's the best backup in the National Football League. He's maybe not a starter. He's a really good backup, though. Came out, balled out for the Colts. Zach Moss played all the snaps. It's going to be really interesting to see when Jonathan Taylor comes back, how they do that. But as of right now, Zach Moss looks incredible for his first game. I know he played a weak Texan defense. Well, I wouldn't say the weak, but not a stout defense. Anderson, Texans rookie, the edge rusher, not seen. I'm going to give credit to the Colts offensive line, though. Last year they were just bad with injuries. This year they are healthy. They're proving what they should have been last year. But Anthony Richardson, you got to slide a little bit more. I understand you wanted to score that touchdown, but sometimes you just got to slide. Maybe dive. But you can't be taking so many hits, man. Feels like you've only played I'm not going to try to exaggerate. It feels like you only played 10 drives total so far this year. I want to see more from you. I want to see you play more. Just take care of your body. Don't be taking hits that you're not supposed to be taking. I get you're a big guy, but you are the franchise now. So I want to see that going forward. Texans offense, Nico Collins looked really good. Texans, you guys got to run the ball more. I understand you play 2 defenses that's hard to run against, but Dameon Pierce, if you guys want to win, you got to get him going. I'm not sure about how much his carries was, but it is not what it needs to be. It's hard to also run the ball when you're down early in the game, but you got to help C.J. Stroud just a little bit more. I understand he almost had 400 yards, but help him out. Another interesting game, Bears Bucks. Yeah, that's a horrible game for Justin Fields. Horrible. The play calling is horrible. They want him to do too much. And then he just doesn't hit his open reads when they simplify it. So it's looking ugly down there. And I'm expecting 3 wins at the most. How they're going now, 3 wins at the most. Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans going off on his contract year. I know they didn't agree to no terms, but if they keep playing the way they play, he might take a hometown discount. Looks like he's going for another 1,000-yard season. So that's going to be really interesting to see if Baker can stay consistent. He's been looking good. I'm going to give him credit. I'm not a Baker guy, but I got to give him credit. This I'm going to go over really quick. Bills, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, about 9 carries, -2 rushing yards. Bills defense after the week 1 loss against the Jets, Monday night, so short week. They came out and played. That defense showed out. Josh Allen wasn't trying to do nothing Superman-like. I mean, he took one, I think it was this game, where he took one like not QB sneak, but he ran it and he tried to hurdle the guy. Luckily, he didn't get slammed. But just like Anthony Richardson, you can't be taking those hits. You are the franchise. You are top 3 quarterback in the league. You can't be doing that. Raiders offense, not to be seen after their first drive touchdown. Really good job by the Bills defense. Another game. I'm going to go over the Cardinals Giants. They're up 28-7 with like 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. You gave that game away, Cardinals, because too many penalties second half. I thought you guys cleared it up from week 1. First half was perfect football, no penalties, utilizing Hollywood Brown. Not really maybe targeting him, but utilizing him to move defenders around, which is beautiful spacing. Beautiful spacing. I'm sorry, I don't know who the offensive coordinator for the Arizona Cardinals is, but the first half was beautiful. In the second half, too many holding calls. I believe there was an illegal block from Hollywood Brown, which they were like 3rd and 10. A block in the back. It was a first down block in the back. They pushed him back like 3rd and 15. Just little plays like that cost the Arizona Cardinals this game. Let the Giants come back. The Giants were doing horrible though first half. Second half, they capitalized against those penalties and did a nice comeback win. 21-point comeback win. Ended up winning 31-28. So hopefully that gets them going. They started using Waller a little bit more. It just sucks that Saquon got hurt. I don't know how long he's going to be hurt for, but that's a real drag. Broncos, Commanders. I have to talk about this one. Up 21-3. Just let them come back. Russell Wilson he scrambled, but Jermaine Davis from the Redskins. From the Commanders. Beautiful play. Didn't give up on the ball. Ended up stripping Russell Wilson, and from there, Broncos offense was not to be seen. Sean Payton, and this is not getting talked about either. Run the ball more. Like how does Russell Wilson lead your team in rushing yards? I get the Commanders front four top 3 in the league, but you got to run the ball more. You signed Sam Perrine in the offseason. He had 1 carry. Javonte Williams, you got to run him more. You're up 21-3. I mean, you don't got to milk the clock already in the second quarter, but use them. You got big offensive line. Ben Powers, Garrett Bowles. On the right side, Mike. I can't pronounce his last name. You got Mike from the San Francisco 49ers. This line is built to run the ball. Let's run the ball. You got to run the ball, help Russell out, because Russell's not it no more. Sad as a Broncos fan, but he's not it no more. You have to run the ball. You have two good backs, and even the rookie who scored a touchdown in the red zone, I believe was a nice little toss play. You got to run the ball more. Come on, Sean, run the ball more. Good job by Sam, though. Sam and Scary Terry and Eric Bieniemy dialing up good plays. Broncos could not buy a stop. They can't stop a nosebleed. So I'm going to give Commanders huge credit. Come back from behind. I believe Commanders are 2-0 now. So they're going to be interesting to see going forward. I'll go over one game. Let me see. All right, I was going to go over the Dolphins-Patriots. Dolphins ended up winning that game. But the game I want to talk about is the Browns-Steelers. I've been getting on Russell a lot, but I have to do the same with Deshaun Watson. You're getting paid big bucks. You got to start showing out. Week 1, ugly rain game. Maybe that affected your gameplay. Week 2, maybe division game. Maybe that affected your gameplay too, but I expect more from you. Just awful. Awful. Nick Chubb, that's a big loss for them. I did not like seeing that at all. On me personally, I think he was going to be the best back in the league from week 1 and then playing from week 2. Let me look at his stats real quick for you guys. Just in the first half, 10 carries, 64 yards, 6.4 he was averaging against the Steelers. Just beautiful cutback lanes. Beautiful strong running. But Deshaun Watson, 22 of 40, 235 yards. You got to step it up. You're getting paid too much money to not do nothing when you have weapons. So that was really disappointing to see. Steelers are waiting to fight and bounce back from that ugly loss week 1. You redeem yourselves at home again. Got that good win, division win on top of that against the Browns. TJ Watt, another huge game from him. I mean, I don't expect nothing less from that guy. But this game, it was really physical football. It was 22-26, but you felt like it was like an old school rival football game. It was my personal favorite game to watch. Just really fun. Really physical. Just really unfortunate what happened to Nick Chubb. But George Pickens had a nice 71-yard reception for a touchdown, so he needs to step up as Deontay Johnson's hurt for a couple more weeks. So he needs to step up. Yeah, that's really about it for that game, which is really physical. I just really wanted to iterate Deshaun Watson needs to step it up. Nick Chubb, sad to say he's done for the year. Love the way he runs, downhill physical runner, smart, takes no bad penalties. Just a really legit back. I wish he got paid more. That's kind of not my topic for this channel, but he's a special back. Really special back. To see him gone sucks for the league. It really does suck for the league, but hey, it's the next man up now, right? Jerome Ford, 16 carries, 106 yards. Most of that came from a long cutback run, which is nice to see. He's more of a speed guy, so it's going to be really interesting to see. I haven't got no updates, but as far as I'm concerned, Kareem Hunt is talking to the Browns again. He knows that offense, so it'd be a really huge pickup for the Cleveland Browns, especially since they were downhill run team first. But yeah, that was week 2. If you guys noticed, I did not talk about the Jags versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow's video. That would be September 20th. So yeah, it's going to be a real fun video tomorrow. So like and subscribe. Hit that bell to get notified when I do post. and I'm working on that right now. Once I upload this video, I've been working on it already, but I'm gonna work on it a little bit more. Make sure I get it up to where I would like it. It's gonna be my first time doing this, so it might be a little rough, but bear with me, I will get better. So that was a quick little 2 recap. I know I missed a few games. I know I missed the Chargers, Titans, Saints, Panthers, Packers, Falcons, and I should have talked about Packers, Falcons, but I just wanted to do a quick recap. I did not want to leave you guys dry. I'm sorry to you fans that I did not go over the games about, but I have something special tomorrow, so that's about it for me. You guys have a good one. Thanks for watching, and peace.